Now this is the next question. It's question number 4. We've been given f of x to be equal to 4x negative 7. And g of x is given to be as 3x positive 1 divided by 2. Determine g of 0 positive g of 5. So this is the solution for this question. We are given that g of x is 3x positive 1 divided by 2. Now for x is equal to 0, g of 0 is nothing but 3 times of 0 positive 1 over 2, which is nothing but 1 over 2. Now for x is equal to 5, g of 5 is equal to 3 times of 5 positive 1 over 2, which is 15 positive 1 over 2. 16 over 2, which is nothing but 8. So g of 5 is equal to 8. So hence we need g of 0 positive g of 5. G of 0 is 1 over 2, g of 5 is 8. I take the LCM as 2, I get 8 times 2 is 16. 16 divided by 1 is 17 over 2. So therefore g of 0 plus g of 5 is 17 divided by 2. Okay, so this is the solution for this question. We move on. Now on a side note, you can also leave this as the answer. You can divide 17 by 2 and write it as 8.5. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. This wants us to find fg of 5. So this is nothing but f of g of 5. Now g of x is 3x positive 1 divided by 2. Therefore g of 5 is going to be 3 times of 5 positive 1 divided by 2. 15 positive 1 is 16 over 2, which is nothing but 8. So hence we need f of g of 5, which is nothing but f of g of 5, which is nothing but f of 8. But f of x is 4x negative 7. So that means in place of x you substitute 8. So this is going to be 32 negative 7, which is nothing but 25. So that's the solution for this question. So students, this is the next question. We are expected to find f inverse of 1. So foremost we need to find f inverse of x. Now we are given that the function f of x is 4x negative 7. So this means y is equal to 4 times x negative 7. So what we need to do to get the inverse, you replace x by y and y by x, and then you rewrite the equation for y. So if I were to take this as 2, therefore 2 can be rewritten as x is equal to 4 times y negative 7. So x positive 7 is equal to 4y. Therefore y is equal to x positive 7 divided by 4. So this is going to be my f inverse of x. X positive 7 divided by 4. So therefore f inverse of 1 is going to be, in place of x you substitute 1. So this is going to be 1 positive 7 divided by 4, which is 8 over 4, which is going to be 2. So therefore f inverse of 1 is equal to 2. So that's the solution for this question. Let's move on. Now this question is 4b part 1. Now we have been given p of 6, negative 1 and q of 2, 7. We are asked to find the gradient. Now I'm going to take this as x1, y1, x2, y2. Gradient is given by the formula m is equal to y2 negative y1 divided by x2 minus x1. So in this case we are going to have 7 negative of negative 1 divided by 2 negative 6, which is nothing but 7 positive 1 divided by 2 negative 6 will give us negative 4. 7 divided with 1 is going to be 8, divided by 4 with a negative sign. 4 divides 8 2 times, so you have negative 2. So therefore m is equal to negative 2, which means gradient is equal to negative 2. Gradient is also called as the slope. Slope is equal to negative 2. So this is the conclusion for this question. We move on to the next one. So the next question is, we are asked to find the midpoint of PQ. Now P is 6, negative 1, Q is 2, 7. I'm taking it as x1, y1, x2, y2. Now the midpoint of PQ is given as x1 positive x2 over 2, y1 positive y2 divided by 2. So this is going to be 6 added with 2 divided by 2, negative 1 added with 7 divided by 2. This is 8 over 2. This is 6 over 2. 2 divides 8 4 times, 2 divides 6 3 times. So you have 4, 3. So therefore the midpoint of PQ is 4, 3. Okay, that's the solution for this question. We move on to the next one. Now next is, we are asked to find the equation of the perpendicular bisector of PQ. So when you talk about perpendicular bisector, if you take PQ as the line, the perpendicular bisector is a line that is actually hitting the line PQ at the center. Now we know the midpoint is 4, 3 and this is 90 degrees, so this is going to be perpendicular. So the slope of the perpendicular bisector will be equal to negative 1 over the slope of PQ, which is nothing but the slope of PQ. We got it as negative 2. So it's going to be 1 over negative 2, which is going to be 1 over 2. This is the slope of the perpendicular bisector. Since the perpendicular bisector passes through the midpoint 4, 3, hence the equation is going to be of the perpendicular bisector is going to be y negative y1 is equal to m times x negative x1, where m is the slope of the perpendicular bisector. Okay, so I take this as x1 and this one as y1, so it's going to be y negative 3 is equal to 1 over 2 times x negative 4. You cross multiply, you get 2 times of y negative 3 is equal to x negative 4. You get 2 times y negative 6 is equal to x negative 4. I keep 2y on this side, I push the 6 on the other side, you get x negative 4 positive 6, which means 2y is equal to x positive 2. You bring the 2 to the right side, so it's going to be y is equal to x over 2 positive 2 over 2, which means y is equal to x over 2 positive 1. So this is the equation of the perpendicular bisector. So that is the conclusion for this question. We move on to the next one.